5G mobile proxies sound like the obvious upgrade, so people pay more for them. But the thing that makes a mobile proxy work is not the speed, it is the trust, and on that score 4G and 5G are identical. Here is when 5G is worth it and when it is just a more expensive label. I run a hardware proxy farm in Singapore. Real SIMs on Singtel, M1 and StarHub, with both 4G and 5G lines. So I can tell you exactly what the upgrade changes and, more importantly, what it does not. Start with what is the same. Both are real carrier mobile IPs on a real SIM. To a target trying to decide whether you are a genuine person, a 4G IP and a 5G IP look exactly alike because they are both real mobile addresses on a real Singapore network. The trust is a dead tie. What 5G changes is one thing: speed. When you are in 5G coverage on a 5G line, you get higher throughput and lower latency. That is a real measurable benefit. It is also the only thing 5G changes for proxy work. It is a bandwidth upgrade, not a reputation upgrade. Desempat di Fernanda. So the question is never is 5G better. It is does my workload actually need more bandwidth? For a lot of people the answer is no, and they are paying for a number on a plan that they will never once feel. Here is the part that flips the decision. Getting blocked is about the IP's reputation, not its speed. A 5G IP that a target distrusts gets the same refusal as a slow one. A faster blocked IP is not better than a slower one that gets through. It is just blocked sooner. So if your problem is that data center keeps getting blocked, 5G does not solve that any better than 4G does. The fix in both cases is the real carrier IP, which both of them already give you. Speed was never the thing getting you through the door. Now the cases where 5G is genuinely worth it. Bandwidth heavy work. Polling video, large media, very large pages, or high throughput scraping where the extra speed measurably shortens the job. If you are moving a lot of data and the per request time adds up across thousands of requests, 5G earns its price. That is a real workload, not a marketing one. If you can point at the bandwidth and say that is costing me time, then the upgrade pays you back. If you cannot point at it, it does not. For account actions, posting, logins, warm-up, and most scraping, 4G is the smart buy. In all of these, the proxy is never your bottleneck. The work is paced by the platform or by a human, and shaving milliseconds off the IP changes nothing you can feel. Paying for 5G, there is paying for speed that just sits idle. The same reason mobile is fast enough for running multiple accounts is the reason 4G is plenty for them. Nobody was ever banned or unbanned over a couple hundred milliseconds. There is also a coverage reality. 5G only helps where there is 5G signal. Outside coverage, a 5G line falls back to 4G anyway, so part of what you paid for is a sometimes benefit that depends on where the SIM physically sits. On a farm, the lines live in fixed locations, so the honest framing is this. You get the 5G speed when the line has 5G and 4G speed otherwise. Do not assume a 5G label means 5G speed every second of the day, so check what your line actually is. Do not trust the plan name. Read the real connection on the device or through your dashboard so you know whether you are genuinely on 5G or sitting on a 4G fallback. The same goes for the carrier and the IP itself. Verify it, do not take the label's word for it, and set realistic timeouts either way. 5G narrows the gap with data center, but it does not close it. Mobile latency is still higher and more variable, so a 3-second timeout left over from data center habits will kill good requests on either generation. So here is the decision: buy on trust first. Any real carrier mobile IP, 4G or 5G, gives you the thing that actually gets you through. Add 5G only when your workload is genuinely bandwidth bound and the extra throughput pays for itself. If you are not sure, you are almost certainly not bandwidth bound, and 4G is your answer. The cleanest way to find out is to test your real workload. There is a free trial of Singapore Mobile Proxy, real SG SIMs from my own farm. Run your actual job and watch whether bandwidth is ever the limit before you pay extra for 5G you might never use. The link is in the description and it points to the homepage. If that saved you from an upgrade you did not need, subscribe because the next video explains why a VPN will not save your accounts the way a mobile proxy does. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.